Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a speed pad in Roblox so that whenever you touch it, you run really fast. Now this is a beginner tutorial, so it's very simple. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to actually make the part. So if we go up to the home menu on the main toolbar, we can then click this part button and it will spawn in a new part into our game. Then we can press 3 on our keyboard to activate the scale tool, and let's just resize it to be decently big. Alright, that looks like a good enough size. Now over in the properties menu, we can change the color. I'm going to make it yellow. And then, for the material, we can make it neon to look like it's glowing. Then we're going to scroll down and make sure the part is anchored so we can't push it around, and we're going to rename it to Speed Pad. Then once you've done that, you can go over in the Explorer and click on the plus next to the part, and we're going to add in a script. Okay, so in the script we can delete where it says print hello world. Now we're going to make a few variables to start. So I'm just going to add a quick little comment here. Let's call it variables. Just make a variable, we can say local, and then our first one will be called speed pad equals script.parent local boost speed equals 30. Now this is how much we want the player's speed to be. And then we're going to make another variable called local default speed equals 16, and one final variable, we're going to say local boost time equals 5. Now this is the amount of seconds that the player will be boosted for. Now if you want it to stay permanently boosted, you can change this number from a 5 to a 0, and we'll make some code a little later on to make it so that when it's 0, it will make it so they stay boosted. And then, of course, if you want it to make the player faster or slower, you can change this 30 to whatever number you want. Alright, next we're going to make a function for when the speed pad is touched. So let's just say local function touch, and we need to pass a parameter to it, and we're going to call that hit. So now we need to check if it was a player that hit the speed pad. So we can do that by saying if hit.parent and hit.parent find first child humanoid. Then, now what this does is it makes it so it checks if the part that touched it is part of a model, which all player characters are, and if it has a humanoid, which all player characters do. So then now we know that it's a player. So let's make some variables. Local character equals hit.parent, then local humanoid equals character find first child humanoid. Now that we have these variables, we need to actually boost the player's speed. And we can do that by simply saying humanoid.walk speed equals boost speed. Now we need to wait until the boost is over. But remember how I said if you make the boost time 0, then it will boost them forever? Well, we need to add that code in. So we can say if boost time equals 0, make sure you put 2 equals here, then return. And what this does is it makes it so it exits out of the function and will never change the player's speed back to normal. But if it's not 0, then we can say wait boost time, and then that will wait for however many seconds this is. And then we need to reset the player's speed to the default. We can do that by simply saying humanoid.walk speed equals default speed. Okay, now that we have our touch function, we need to actually connect it so that when a player touches the speed pad, it runs this function. We can do that by saying speedpad.touched::connect touched. Alright, now that we're done with the script, let's test out the game. See, we're walking at normal speed, we touch the speed pad, and we run fast for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then we go back to normal. Alright, so once we're done with that, you can mess around with these variables, add more speed pads, and do whatever you want to make your game more fun. Now let me know in the comments what you would like to see for the next tutorial. And if you need any help with your script, if it's not working, then let me know, and I can help you. Alright, bye! Alright, so once we're done with that, you can mess around with these variables, add more speed pads, and do whatever you want to make your game more fun. Now let me know in the comments what you would like to see for the next tutorial. And if you need any help with your script, if it's not working, then let me know, and I can help you. Alright, bye!